Hello guys, my name is Max Bowles. I'm from the Players Academy, and today we're going to get started with the electric bass. Okay, so for you guys just starting out, this is a great way to get started on your instrument. And even if you've been playing a little while, stick around anyway, because there's a killer bass exercise at the end that will really help you playing. Before we dive into playing the bass, there's a couple of things to go over really quickly. There's tuning, which helps our bass sound consistent. And then there's the fretboard, which we use to change the notes that we're playing. So with tuning, the main thing we take away from this and try and remember is the name of the 4 strings. So we've got E, we've got A, we've got D, and we've got G. So now I'm going to bring up my tuner. This is a free app for smartphones. There's loads of really good ones online, so you just find out what's best for you. So there we go. I'm going to look at what note I'm producing on my first string, and I'm looking for an E. Too low, so I'm going to turn the tuning peg and play. Nice and slow. There we go, it's found it. So, first one being E, next one is A. So again, a little bit too low. Tightening the string. There we go. So moving on to the D. So that's a little bit too high, so whichever way I've been turning, I've got to turn the opposite now. So we're going a little bit too low, and then I'm going to bring it back. There we go. We're in tune. So just as a side note, it's really good practice to tune your bass just before you start playing. It'll get more and more consistent and it'll sound much more full. So now we have a good sounding bass, we can make our way around the neck and produce different kind of notes, and we do that using the frets. So when it comes to frets and the way we play them, we want to place our fretting hand, which is usually the hand that's closest to the headstock. And if we just place one of the fingers, we just want to place it just behind this metal rod. They can make a nice even sound. And by playing a different rod, a different fret should I say, we can produce a different sound. And obviously if I play a different string, I'll get a different sound. Now we number these really simply. So the first gap would be fret 1, fret 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. And if I just play a string open, that's what we refer to as fret 0. So just a super quick side note, just want to show you, when we're playing the bass and we're using our fingers on the frets, we want it to sound nice and clean. So I'm keeping my finger as close to the metal rod as possible. It's behind it, because if I go in front, I'll change the note and we get that rattle, which is really what we're trying to avoid. So I'll show you the further I go back. What's happening there is the string is actually bouncing up and down and it's hitting that metal, but it's not staying there, it's jumping off it and hitting it back on. We really don't want that kind of sound. Okay, so now we can keep a bass in tune. And we know how to play on different kind of frets. So let's bring that together and have an exercise. So at first, this is going to seem really, really simple, but it's really strong for your fretting hand. So what we're going to do is just super quickly, I'm going to number my fingers. I'm going to start from my thumb. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4. Super, super simple. So I'm going to go over to my bass and I'm just going to play the E string for now, and I'm going to play the fret with the finger of the same name essentially. So my first finger is going to go on fret 1. It's just going to play it. Play ring, very nice. I'm going to take my second finger, so 1, 2, and I'm not going to play fret 1, I'm going to play fret 2. Because second finger, second fret. There we go. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take my third finger now. So that's the third fret. And finally, fourth. Now, I'll notice the pinky can be a little bit of a struggle sometimes because it's not as big as the other finger, so sometimes it's a little bit weaker. But just keep trying. Then when you've got a nice consistent sound, just put it down, take a break, and we'll show you the next part. So now we've got a nice smooth sound. Right, to really build that strength up now, what we're going to do is we're not going to stop on that fourth note. We're going to carry on by going to the next string. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 over the A string now. Now we're going to go to the D string. Finally on the G. We're going to go all the way there. So the fourth finger on the fourth string. I'm going to be really careful, and sometimes it can even be useful to get someone to watch you to do this, because it's really easy to suddenly jump forward and think, oh wait a minute, oh my head now, so you've got to start again. There we go, so just move it over here slightly. So one thing to really focus on is the fact that you're going to be moving strings, so you're really going to have to work with this hand as well. Moving down, moving down, moving down. There we go. So just in case you're not comfortable using a finger, you can also do it with a pick. Very good. So if you get all that mastered, best thing to do, if you want to carry on from there, you can actually come back up. There we go. So then, just to finish that off, if you want to start getting really advanced, is if once you get to that final note in the sequence, to get a feel for the entire neck, what you can do is once you reach here, so I'm on the fourth fret of the fourth string, I can move the pinky up once. So now my fourth finger is on the fifth fret, so when I come back up, each finger is playing a new note now. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, it'd be going 2, 3, 4, 5. And the same again, every time we run out of space, just go up. Run out of frets, just go up. So there you go. So that should keep you going quite a while. I think I've been playing the bass for about 12 years now, and I still jump that into my daily routine. Really good for your coordination with both hands. Really good for building up strength in your fretting hand. There are some more advanced versions of it that we can look at into in the future, but for now, I've been Max Riles with the Players Academy. Enjoy your week.